Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Nero here and welcome to my very first YouTube video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Eurofurence. Yes, as you can see, I still have a badge here. And also I wanted to give you a perspective from the person that I was before only to like more gearhead puppies events, right? So it was kinda new. So here we go. Let's jump into it together. So the very first feeling was just wow. When I got there on the first day, I just thought, wow, that's huge, you know? That's what she says. I mean the scale. So the first big difference between puppy events, gearhead events, and furry is just the scale. I know that Eurofurence is one of the biggest events in the Europe, right? And they estimated there was around over 5,000 people. So it was just like huge, you know? I just got there and I was like, God damn, that's a lot of people, you know? And now, if I compare it to the puppy events or gearhead events, I know there are some like darklands and other stuff, which I've never been there, just for the record. But it's just so different, chat. During the event, I would say they were well organized, you know? Like, everything was well marked, where is the fursuit launchers, other stuff, and so on. And I really like that. It was easy to navigate there, even though the location was quite big. It was easy to remember what is happening. And there was a lot of attractions throughout the day. Let's call it attractions. It was panels, thematical panels, right? So, for example, you could go to gaming, drawing, you could buy some stuff, and so on. So it was really nice. I personally was at the gym event when we talked. We had changed about some gym experience and so on. And honestly, it's like super nice because that's one of the easiest way to connect with the people. Talking about the connection, here is another point which I noticed at the furry events. It's so easy to connect with new people. Like really, I have the feeling that furries are way more approachable than gearheads or puppies, you know? Um, I went to this furry convention without really being that much into the furry scene. Yes, I was doing some furry pictures or videos before, but you know, mostly I was before on the gearhead events and on the puppy events, right? And I was never on the furry scene that much. And as I mentioned, I did some pictures, I had some exchanges, but you know, I went there completely on my own, like without knowing other people, right? What I tried to do before the event, I tried to text some people, say, hey, your profile looks nice, you know, do some chit chatting and be like, are you coming? Maybe you wanna talk, we can make some pictures. So I was kind of preparing myself to make some new connections, right? But again, throughout the event, I have the feeling that it's so easy, super easy to approach furries because you just come to somebody and say, hey, your suit looks nice. And they're like, oh, give me a hug and so on. And you just start to talk to those people. And that goes itself. And honestly, I've met so many nice people. I met so many new people. Like I'm talking with them daily now. Like I'm talking to them every day. I have a contact with them. So it's really easy. It's really easy to make new connections at the furry convention. Way easier than on the other events, I have the feeling, you know? Another nice thing was that there was every evening there was a party, you know? You could just go and party like crazy every night until 4 a.m. So basically, if you were fit enough, you could go like 24/7 for a couple of days. I mean, I was just once or twice on the party. It was okay. It was nice. But for me, you know, after being whole day wearing the floof, after being whole day out and just socializing and so on, I was also tired. So I just had some drinks outside mostly, and then I was going back home, you know. So yeah, that was all the good points, more or less, right? So that was the positive parts. There was actually, I think, one thingy that I would say they could improve next year, and that was the security. And what I mean by that, not like the general security, because the event was very much secure, you know, nothing bad happened. But I mean like the entrance to the venue, because they were checking the tickets only at the very first day, I think. And the other days, when you had this, nobody really paid attention if you have 3-day pass or 1-day pass, you know. So I also mentioned this in the feedback survey that hey, for future maybe you could pay more attention to this. However, I understand it's not easy because it's all volunteering. They need people, so it's really hard to navigate, to say make it like perfect, right? And it's not like a big of a deal. There were security there, so it was not like you are not secured, you know. It was not like somebody's gonna get you or hurt you or something. I mean, more like just to prove the ticket, you know. But hey, it can happen. Maybe it was just me who was never checked, because I was actually never checked. They just saw the badge and they said, okay, cool, you go. But maybe that's just my feeling, you know, so yeah. And now if you would ask me, how does it look like a furry convention from the puppy perspective, like the puppy events? I can tell you, it's a whole different experience. It's a whole different world because, first of all, at the furry conventions, not everyone is a furry, right? That's the point. You don't have to have a floof to actually go to a furry convention, right? And on the puppy events or gearhead events, like it's mandatory to wear the stuff, you know? Like there is a dress code, so you have to wear and so on. Of course, there are places at the furry conventions when you are allowed only in the mask or the suit. But in general, it's just way more approachable for people, so you don't really need to have a suit to wear to go to the furry convention versus gearhead or puppy, you need to have something, right? Second difference would be the scale. I've never been on such a big event from the other community versus furries. But as I said, I know there is some other events who are very big, so maybe this is something that I need to follow up with. Third difference would be the approach to the people. Like, as I said, I have the feeling that approaching furries is way easier than gearhead or puppies, you know? So yeah, it's just my feeling that it's easier to make new friends on the furry convention than on the puppy gearhead event. To summarize, I would say it was great experience to go for such a furry convention. I really had lots of fun, made some new connections with people, took some great pictures. Thank you, Techie Fox, for doing that. And it's a whole different experience, guys. Like it's not it's hard to compare with gearhead or puppy events, you know? If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. That means a lot. So thank you for watching. And I wish you a lovely day. Take care.